Good evening and welcome to News 24. This is Mahrin Samdani with the top news of the day. East-West Media Group's the latest technology-based television channel, News 24, has entered its fifth year. Under the supervision of a group of young, talented and experienced journalists, News 24 has tried to reach at the people's doorsteps. This time, due to the coronavirus situation, the celebration of the founding anniversary has been cut. Meanwhile, Noeem Nizam, CEO of News 24, said on the founding anniversary that News 24 is a place of discipline, sincerity and love, where a bunch of invincible youth who are the best in the country, tested, determined to fulfill their dreams, whose guardians are a group of professional, experienced journalists. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina today asked all concerned to keep up the growth achieved in agriculture amid the coronavirus pandemic to ensure food security alongside making efforts to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). The Prime Minister said this while delivering her introductory speech at the weekly meeting of the Executive Committee of the National Economic Council (ECNEC) through a video conference from her official Ganabhavan residence here this morning. The number of COVID-19 deaths in Bangladesh reached 3,000 mark with 35 deaths reported in the past 24 hours. Besides, 2,960 new cases were reported, testing 12,714 samples during the time, increasing the tally of the total cases to 2,29,185. Additional Director General of Health Directorate Dr. Nasima Sultana made the disclosure during a virtual briefing today. The virus has killed 6.5 lakh people globally and infected 16.65 million so far. Meanwhile, the COVID-19 is the deadliest state of emergency imposed by the World Health Organization on public health issues, said WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. He also commented that the number of people infected with the disease has doubled in the last 1.5 months. The flood situation in the northern part of the country remains unchanged as the water in the central rivers has not decreased. In Jamalpur, although the water of Jamuna River somewhat decreased, the water of Brahmaputra River has increased. As a result, the overall flood situation in the district has not improved. 10 lakh people have been in dire straits for a month. Various waterborne diseases have appeared in the affected areas. Meanwhile, even though the water of Brahmaputra and Thorola decreased in Kurigram, the sufferings for flood-affected people did not decrease. There are still about 3.5 lakh people in waterlogged chor areas and low-lying areas. The crisis of clean water, food, medicine and cattle feed has increased the misery of the victims. Awami League General Secretary and Minister for Road Transport and Bridges Waidul Qadir has said that criticizing the government on every issue and lying is the eternal tradition of the BNP. He made the remarks at a briefing at his office in the Secretariat on Tuesday morning. He added 1,603 shelters have been opened in 31 districts of the country to help the flood victims, and about 90,000 people have taken shelter in these shelters. Earlier, Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh Riva Ganguly Das paid a courtesy call on Road Transport and Bridges Minister Waidul Qadir at the Secretariat. The formality of the Holy Hajj has started at the Mina with only 10,000 pilgrims on foot. The first group of pilgrims has already reached Makkah. They will leave the holy city of Makkah on Tuesday evening for Mina. This year, 10,000 pilgrims from different countries living in the country have got the opportunity to participate in Hajj. Due to the coronavirus epidemic, the Saudi government is insisting on hygiene and strict hygiene. The first batch of pilgrims selected by lottery is currently in quarantine at a designated hotel in Makkah. The Kaaba and its environs are being disinfected at least 10 times a day. Authorities have hired 13,000 cleaners to keep Makkah, Mina, Arafat Maidan and Muzdalifa germ-free 24 hours a day. In addition, 26 service centers have been opened across Makkah. The sermon on Arafat's Maidan will be broadcast in 10 languages, including Bengali, English and Urdu, on the second day of the Hajj. Attendees will not be able to touch the Kaaba this time because of coronavirus. Authorities have also banned kissing on black stones this year. A court has convicted former Prime Minister Najib Razak of corruption in the first case of Malaysia's State Investment Fund 1MDB money scandal. Kuala Lumpur High Court Judge Nazim Muhammad Ghazali pronounced the verdict on Tuesday. Najib was convicted in each of the 7 charges held against him. In each of these 7 charges, Najib Razak could face up to 15 to 20 years in prison and a fine under the Malaysian law. However, his lawyers have appealed to postpone the sentence. They also said they would appeal against the verdict. The 7 charges against Najib Razak includes breach of trust, money laundering and abuse of power in the 1MDB case. However, Najib denied any involvement in the corruption and claimed that he was innocent. And that's all the news for today. Thank you for watching News 24. Please stay with us.